In this video, we will solve problem number 3rd, lead code. In this problem, we are given a number n and we need to find all k such that array can be sorted. We have given a n and we have to find what are the value of k that divides n and that subarray can be sorted using the operation allowed. Like this is the operation which is allowed in this problem. We can do the cyclic operation within subarray of size k. So if you choose k is equal to 3 and n is 6, then these two are the subarray, like 1 2 3 and 4 5 6. These are the index value. Then you can sort this group of element and you can sort this group of element. So you just need to check, is that possible to sort these indivisible group, and after that it will become globally sorted. So this is the operation we have to do. So one key observation are, like, element cannot move freely. This means that you cannot sort whole the array or a part of the array, like a subarray. You cannot do like normal sorting on this part. Maybe the array element can be 3 5 say 6 and 2 1 3. This can also possible. So one thinks the array elements cannot move freely in this array also. They cannot move from this array to this array also. So first condition, like, the group will be always fixed. Like if this is the first group and this is the second group, then element from this group can't move to this group, and from this they cannot move to other groups. They can only move in their group only. And also one more thing, they cannot freely move. They can only move in cyclic order. If this is the 3 5 6 is the actual value, then 6 can move to first and 3 will be, each value will move by one index, or they can also move by one more index. It can possible, but they cannot freely move. Like they cannot reorder into 5 3 6. So order will always fix. So what is the most important thing? We have to, instead of thinking sub array, we have to think in the group. Like what are the group? So the group is simple. If ith is the index, then group will be I mod k. How many times k divides I not I mod k. It will, like, how many times I divide k. If this is the 0 times, then this is the part of 0th subarray. If I divided by k is 2, then that will be second subarray, third subarray. If I divide k is 1, that means it's part of the second subarray. Like you can think about, for this k is equal to 3. If 2 is the index, and if you divide 2 with 3, then it will give you 0. That means this is the group of 0th, and so on. If 4 is the index, then it will be second group, or you can say if 0 base, then it will be 0 and 1. And also from one group the element cannot move to other. Then what is the approach is, we will divide into each group, then will be iterate over k. Like we will check what are the k value that can be the actual, like, divisor of the n. So for that we will just need to check if n divides k, then it will be the divisor of k. So for that we will do the operation. What will be the operation? We will just check, like, we will just divide. If this is the k that divide n, then we will divide the whole array into k length sub array. This is the k length array, this is the k length array, so on. Because k dividing n, then it must be the, like, not any element will left. like all subarray will be k length. So for each subarray we just check, like if this is the order of the element 4 1 2 3, then can possible this array to sort in using the cyclic rotation? When can any array sortable? If there is only one, like inversion means a of I value is less, a of I is less than a of I minus 1. If a of I is less than a of I minus 1, then this index will call inversion. So if that inversion count is only 1 or 0, then can only array possible to sort. If count is greater than 1, like inversion is more than 1, if this is the array, then we cannot sort this array using cyclic rotation, because in cyclic rotation the order will always fix, like after 3 always 4 will be present, after 1 2 will be, their order cannot be changed. For only one index we can the inversion count. For other index it must satisfy the condition of sorted order. So just we will, let me show you the code. So what we will do, we have a, this is the k length subarray, then we will extract every element and we will call it as a block. This block of element we want to compare, and we have a sorted block that we will get from the sorted array, which is the sorted form of nums. Then what we will do, we will compare for every index, we will check is that value less than previous value. Like you can take this as an example. If that is current value is less than the previous, then that is the one point where we need to rotate array. If break count is greater than 1, then we will return false, because we cannot sort these two block, this block of element. If count is 1, then one case will happen, we need to check, like if this is the case 12 18 and 14, then we also need to check always, like if count is 1, then must satisfy this condition, like 14 will be always less than 12, because 14 will move in back of 12. Then we need to check it must satisfy, like 12 14 must less than 12, or you can say that last index value must be less than the first index value, because during the rotation this element will move in front of, in back of 12 or first value. We just need to check if block of 0 is less than block of size minus 1, then we will return false, else we will check is both array are sorted. If both array are sorted, then that means this block of element we can sort. And we are doing for the, to calculate the all k, we are just doing checking block size from 1 to all divisor of n. Here we are getting the divisor of n. So for each divisor we will start with 0, then we will checking the k subarray. This is the k subarray from 0 to k minus 1. This is the one block. Then we will move the start pointing here, then start will move by the k element, then it will become 0 to k. Then again we will move, then we will get 2k minus 1, that will one more block of k length. So on we are doing. So for every element we are getting nums, we are taking the element from nums array, and we are also taking the sorted array, and then we are doing the comparison. If both array are equal, then we return the false. If not equal, then we returning false, because we cannot sort this block of element. Each block satisfying the condition, At the end we added that block size to our answer. Thanks to watching this video.